Welcome back, everyone, to Mechwarrior 5 Side Stories. And we're bringing back a mech and introducing a new mech. So, I asked people what you wanted me to do, and someone said they wanted to see the Marauder again. So, the Marauder is back. You can see dressed up, and he specifically wanted to see, like, a really high-tech Marauder. And we'll see what I did to it. It's definitely not done. It could be a little bit better, but yeah, it is a redesigned Marauder, all painted up too. I think I like the way the paint job came out on it. And over here, introducing the Highlander. This is Congrex's Prime. He's been a pretty long time viewer, also a big BattleTech player. This is one of his favorite mechs. This is the Highlander, easily recognized by the head. The Highlander has this really iconic square-shaped head. And the traditional Highlander has a Gauss rifle in its arm. But when the Gauss rifle became Lost Tech, they had to make kind of like these cheap knockoff versions of it. And that's what we have. This is one of the cheap knockoff versions of the Highlander. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're dealing with. So first, we'll take a look at the Highlander. So my redesign of this Highlander is similar to the basic model. So what we did is, this was an LRM-20, but I swapped it out for an SRM-6 with the Artemis system. This arm was an SRM-6, but then we upgraded it to SRM-6 with the Artemis 4 system. These were two regular medium lasers, but I upgraded them to medium pulse lasers because we saved a lot of space going from the LRM-20 to the Artemis 6 SRM. And we'll talk about the gun later. I also removed the jump jets just because, I just don't need the jump jets. That also saved a lot of space because you have to use jump jet class 1s right here. They're 2 tons each. So we saved 6 tons removing this here. And then this was an AC-10, and because we lost the LRM-20, I do want a weapon with range. We're going to try out the LB-10X autocannon with the solid slug munition instead of the standard AC-10 or the standard LB-10X shotgun style. This is basically a long-range autocannon, and I'm like, this should help the mech, because it's not a fast mech. The speed is 48.6 kilometers per hour. Not a fast mech, so I'm hoping that this is going to give it a little bit of a range ability to engage mainly pesky enemies, like destroy a few vehicles at range. And with all the extra space, we were able to fit on a lot of heat sinks. Obviously, we could improve this model even further by adding double heat sinks, but I'm out of double heat sinks right now. Overall, though, I don't know how this is going to work. I know that these will be fine, and I know these will be good. I have not tried it out, though, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to try it out. And then over here, we've got the Marauder, and here is my Marauder redesign. So, the problem with the typical Marauder is that the standard armaments are 2 PPCs, 2 medium lasers, and an AC-5, and that does not leave it with very much space for anything else. So if we were to, let's just strip the mech real fast. 2 PPCs, AC-5, medium lasers, and AC-5 ammo. And that's basically what you're looking at. And I guess if you wanted to, you could add in the heat sinks. And so what you're looking at right here is basically 4 heat sinks. And I mean, like, that's just not going to cut it. Like, that's way too much heat. So what I decided to do is drop the 2 medium lasers and swap out the PPCs for large pulse lasers. To me, this is going to be kind of a compromise. The medium lasers help you fight a little more up close, just because the PPC does have a travel time. So this is going to help deal with some of the problems that the Marauder has, where you do want kind of like an accurate weapon, but then you also need a long-range weapon. So We also upgraded the AC5 to an Ultra AC5 just to give it a more rapid-fire weapon. And then we've got 2 double heat sinks and 3 single heat sinks. Obviously, we could further improve this by having 3 more double heat sinks. But, like I said, that's just one of the problems the Marauder has, is that it carries really, really hot weapons, and it just struggles to keep those weapons from overheating. That's really the issue there. Like, we could probably further make it easier on the Marauder by downgrading the large pulse lasers to large lasers and then putting maybe 2 small lasers on. But, or we could go 2 large pulse lasers, 2 medium lasers, and then drop the Ultra AC5 and add in more heat sinks. But, you know, I'm going to experiment with it a little bit. Anyways, that's what we're going to be doing. Oh, and in order to accommodate these mechs, we finally sold off the archers. I think we're at the point where we can finally use primarily assault mechs. We do have our lighter weight assault mechs as well. We got our 2 Zeuses at 80 tons. We've got the Stalkers at 85 and the Battlemaster at 85. So I think we're still going to be okay. Anyways, so today we're going to be doing quests. So this is the area that has 2 high rewards quests. Are they going to be opposed to each other? I guess we're going to find out. So let's look at... let's read it. So first off, Lyran Independence. Sky Pro Independence Fighters says, we represent the Free Sky movement, the true voice of the Isle. Our people... Let's read the background of this area first. So we are in the rebellious Lyran province. Much of the Lyran Commonwealth's consistent success and stability is due to its democratic representation, which is rooted in the principles of ancient Athens, a far cry from the totalitarian rule from other great houses. The Commonwealth often utilizes a hands-off approach to its regions and provinces. As such, some provinces remember their ancient roots as independent realms and constantly buck against the Archon's rule on Tharkat, which is their capital. The Isle of Skye is one such province. Some of the regions are happy citizens of the realm, while others are looking to rise up and attempt a bid for independence. The issue has sharply divided this region, and tensions are beginning to boil over. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. We've got Lyran Independence and Lyran Rebellion. Let's read Lyran Independence first. So, we represent the Free Sky movement, the true voice of the Isle. Our people within the Lyran Commonwealth's Isle of Skye region have grown restive and dissatisfied under the Archon's rule. The Archon, that's their head of state. Although Skye has always maintained a pilot light of secessionists throughout the centuries, the loss of our worlds to the Draconis Combine and the Free Worlds League during the Third Secession War has fanned this flame into active rebellion against the Archon. Civil discourse has fallen by the wayside, and our region is a lit match away from detonating the proverbial powder keg and turning the Isle's dissension into armed revolt. The Archon asked Aldo Lestrade, the fourth of Ryan Steiner, with defusing the situation, but they both support the Free Sky movement and thus will do nothing but to hinder our cause. In support of our movement, large segments of personnel from the Sky Rangers Brigade have either taken leave or are currently AWOL and are now training alongside the civilian volunteers of the movement. We who seek the Isle of Skye to secede from the Lyran Commonwealth ask for your services to supply the Sky Rangers who support an independent Isle of Skye. Warning, accepting this contract may affect the availability of other contracts. So it's one or the other. Looks like their payments aren't super amazing. Let's see what the other side is offering. Oh, speaking of equipment and whatnot, where do I look at my equipment at? So it looks like there is an additional tier of quality. Where is it? Here it is. This is actually a perfect SRM4, tier 5. So it's just like one giant gold bar. Unless there's multiple gold bars, I don't think so. I have a feeling this is a perfect quality SRM4. So, I guess that's the super, super rare. Anyways, let's see what the Lyrid Rebellion wants. House Steiner. A portion of the Isle of Skye's populace has grown distant from the Commonwealth government, and as its hands-off approach has left these constituents espousing little national identity or pride. This has been exacerbated by the continued loss of Sky worlds to other great houses throughout the Third Secession War. Despite calls from Tharkad to Aldo Lestrade, Duke of Summer, and leader of the Federation of Sky, to calm the situation, the man only seems to be agitating the waters. The once civil debate has boiled over into violence as a push for independence has risen, and both sides are enforcing their will by attacking critical strategic targets. Rumors persist that personnel from various Sky Rangers regiments are disguising themselves or are on vacation, are actively supporting this so-called Free Sky movement. Your services are requested to help the Archon put a stop to the Isle of Sky's secession movement. So they're going to pay me a Griffin and a perfect PPC. So the payment here is better, but Fox loves being a troublemaker. So we're going to support these guys because we're going to support these guys. We're going to be a bunch of jerks and like just cause problems because Fox loves causing problems. Okay. So the first mission is a 70 difficulty defense. Okay, that's interesting. Defense missions tend to be a bit easier, so let's go like this. Oh, look at that. Their symbol... Is this supposed to be kind of like an ancient Greece type of inspired symbol? Interesting. So because this is an easier mission, I feel a little more comfortable trying out the Marauder here. And let's see, we need to shave an extra 20 tons off. So let's go with the Zeus. And... oh, looks like even using the lightest mechs that we have to offer, we're still 5 tons over. So instead what we'll do is drop 1 pilot, and we'll bring 2 of our bigger mechs out. We'll bring out the Atlas, and... dare I let somebody use the Annihilator? Probably not. I'll let them use the Mauler. What would the Annihilator look like? It would bring us up to 275. I think we can. I think we'll be fine. Like I said, defense missions tend to be a little bit easier. Let's bring out the Stalker. And yeah, we'll drop 1 pilot. So Captain McClure is currently leveling up. So, like, we're underweight quite a bit here. Obviously, if I were to use another large battle mech, you know, that would bring us up. Like, we could do something like this, and that would bring us very close to our tonnage. But we're going to go ahead and give the Marauder a shot and use this setup right here. I feel okay bringing this instead of the Mauler, just because our Marauder design has pretty good long-range capability. So let's go with this. A little bit of a risk, just because we're a bit underweight, but like I said, defense missions, they do tend to be a bit easier.
Loyalists to the Archon are en route to carry out a strike against the Free Sky Movement supply lines. Up ahead is a critical logistics hub that must be defended at all costs.
This is what we're defending.
You've reached the target, Commander.
This little baby of a base?
The company sent me to monitor your effectiveness. I expect these hostile forces to be sent packing quickly and without undue damage to our facility. Do that, and I'll happily approve your combat bonus.
What are you? A commando, wow.
Recon reports that the hostiles are still on a collision course with our position. Get ready for them.
Took one down.
Target acquired.
Okay, we got to use our range to our advantage. That's kind of one of our goals.
Target destroyed.
This is a really nice pulse laser, dude. This is like a tier 4 pulse laser. So I'm expecting some pretty good I do still feel like this mech will have heat problems when I begin to really like lay down the fire on a hardened target. I am enjoying my higher speed though, because this mech has 64 kilometers. Speak of the devil, here's a battle mech. Got a griffin. Order my mechs to attack. That's how you know you're fighting against the Lyrans. They got their German accents. That's the end of him.
Looks like you've got their attention. I'm showing multiple hostiles incoming on your position.
So we have 2 allies. Wow, these little baby mechs. What's the most dangerous of these? Looks like it's the Thunderbolt. So what I'm going to do, because my weapons are fairly accurate, I'm going to go after the smaller mechs, and I'm going to have my allies attack the larger mech. Oh, there's an enemy behind us.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Got it. Alright, where are the baby mechs? Oh, I gotta lead my shots on that. Ah, he's like... He needs to like get more in range of, so I can actually shoot at him. Come back! Oh my god, he's being a pain. Here we go. Hey, did you see him just slide down like that? That's funny. Like he slid down the, what do you call it?
Enemy contact closing on the complex. Time to earn your pay, Commander.
Oh, I hate fighting these little baby mechs without my missile launchers. Oh, they're such a pain.
Target acquired.
Okay, we got another wave of battle mechs coming in. You know what, I'm gonna go for his leg. There we go. Let's go for both of his legs, actually.
They just leveled a warehouse.
There we go.
Target.
We're being swarmed by little babies! I'm trying to pace myself, but oh my gosh. There are so many enemies right now. Let me...
Acquired.
Looks like my allies got somebody. I can't... It's so hard to concentrate. Okay, we got him.
Tin can crushed.
Okay, I'm gonna go for his right torso because it looks like he's pretty... Oh, also his leg is really banged up. I'm gonna go for his leg. Come on, give me that leg. There we go. I'm just gonna leg him, actually. Both of his legs are really banged up. Oh god, I'm gonna start killing my allies. There we go, we got his leg. So we're really, one of our goals here is to really go for the range advantage and the, or like the relative range advantage. And the other thing we're going for is the accuracy advantage. Got a Manticore here. Ow! Shooting these against the rules. There we go. I'm not crazy about the pulse laser sound effect, I'll be completely honest. Like, it doesn't sound very... It just doesn't sound very satisfying to shoot. I was hoping for a deadlier sound, but like it just doesn't really, like, it sounds like some little kid making a helicopter noise, like noise. Okay, we got him. Concentrate fire on the quick draw. I'm gonna try to core him out. So this is one of the times where it's okay, like it actually works a bit better. Because like in the previous episode I talked about how your allies tend to not do too good when you're supporting them. For some reason they seem to do a lot better in defensive missions. I'm not sure why. But even now you can see like they don't want to close the distance. Like you see how the Stalker is not getting up into close combat with them? It's more that enemy battle mech is getting closer to us rather than my guys getting into close range with it.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
What do we got here? We got a Warhammer.
Target destroyed.
So, for example, I'm going to tell them to attack the Warhammer. Let's see how aggressive they get. Oh, they're actually doing too... They're not doing too bad. I'm going to try to get his leg right here. Oh, I'm just going to leg him in general, actually. Oh my god, get out of my way, please.
Target acquired.
Oh, there's a battle master here.
On shared target.
Trying to core him out. Going for that high accuracy with the pulse laser.
Target
There we go.
Target acquired.
Our heat is actually not doing too bad. And what we can say is that it's not the ice. Because apparently they have not added in the ice environment effects yet. So we're actually fighting at normal effectiveness.
Target acquired.
Good work. That's the last of the attackers. The free sky movement is grateful, I'm sure.
Wow, they really ended that mission in a hurry, didn't they? They're like, oh no, you're done. Time to extract. So that wasn't too bad as far as the Marauder goes. Like, I was pretty satisfied with the pulse lasers are really nice. They've got like excellent accuracy. They do get a little bit hot, but I was able to pace myself there, and that's including us having a tonnage disadvantage. So the free sky movement says, our cause would have been lost without these supplies. We salute your vigilance, Commander. House Steiner says, the Archon has given the Isles so much. How can you turn your back on her like this? How can you in good conscience bite the hand that feeds you? Well, you know, that's what happens when you fight against the Funks. You get the hand bitten. I guess we'll take this. And this burst fire AC to F5, it's worth a good bit of money. We can sell it. Damage wasn't too bad. We had one armor breach, but I don't think that resulted in any weapon damage. My mech came out pretty good there. Of course, they out-damaged me just because they're bigger mechs, but still did pretty good overall. So, like, you know, I don't know if that satisfied you, because I can't remember who commented, but they wanted to see the Marauder in action. Well, there you go. And I think that was I think that redesign is decent. Like I said, it could be even better with more double heat sinks, and that would allow you to just shoot with the large pulse lasers even more aggressively, which would absolutely increase its damage output quite a bit. But overall, pretty satisfied with it. Allies also performed better than I was expecting. Like I said, their behavior is a bit inconsistent. It's inconsistent enough that I don't trust them to fight in front of me. Like, I don't trust them typically. Like, I'm okay with it on a defensive mission just because, like, those are really a lot more comfortable, but I do not feel comfortable in, like, a more challenging battle because, like, your allies can just really derp out and just get confused. They did do pretty well in that battlefield, though. I'm not going to take it away from them there. So the next mission looks like it's going to be a raid. Possibly an opportunity to try out the Highlander. I think that's what I want to do in the next battle. And hopefully our BattleMechs are repaired by the time we get here. It looked like it took about 30 days to get repairs done. Let's see. Repairs are not quite done, but they only got like 5 days left. So they're basically. So let's go ahead and just wait. So here comes the next mission, which is a 70 difficulty raid. The Isle of Skye says the 4th Lyran Guards have established a forward base within the Isle of Skye, are trying to scare us into inaction and attempting to cripple the Free Sky Independence movement before it can truly begin. Assault this base and destroy a warehouse storing fuel, ammo, and other expendables. A successful strike will significantly hamper the 14th's ability to curtail Free Sky actions. Okay. Once again, let's go for... This time we'll go for the full damage coverage because they're only letting us put 3 points into it. We'll take 14 salvage shares, the rest into that. Same thing, tonnage limit is 15, which could be a little more awkward this time. So we're probably going to bring a much heavier lance. The Highlander is a 90-ton mech, so it's pretty heavy. And then we're going to bring the Atlas and... once again, I don't think that even bringing... I don't think bringing our lightest mechs will help. Yeah, we're a little too heavy. So instead, we're just going to bring our bigger mechs. Let's go with the Atlas and another really heavy-duty mech, probably the Mauler. I think that's fine. Not as underweight this time. Looks like we're only going to be like 35 tons underweight, something about like that. So we're going to try this configuration this time. So we'll be seeing... Let's make sure that the Highlander has the proper weapon grouping real quick. So weapon group 1 is the AC-10, double medium lasers, and then SRM-6s in a split fire. That's fine. Okay, let's get raiding. All right, so what we want to see in this mission is how the LB-10X solid slug works. Like I'm hoping that it's going to have I'm hoping that there's not a lot of bullet drop on it, so that it actually works pretty accurately. Take a look at our cockpit here in the Highlander.
Online. Sensors online. Weapons online.
Oh my god, I hear weapons
All
fire. I think it's going to be an action-packed start.
The Free Sky Movement have tasked us with attacking a base belonging to the 14th Lyran Guards. Doing so should throw a wrench in their operations and bring the Free Sky Movement one step closer to independence.
Okay, he's toast. Let's see how accurate this weapon is. Oh, it does fly decently straight. There's a little bit of bullet drop to it. Okay, it's going to take a little bit of practice getting the hang of the trajectory of the weapon, but so far I'm feeling optimistic about it. And like I said, we are using some tried and true weapons. We got a pair of medium pulse lasers. We already know that's a decent weapon, and then I've got my 2 Artemis SRM-6s. Once again, the tried and true weapon, we know that's pretty good.
Target acquired.
Target is down.
My Mauler did not come through for me there. I'm wondering if the Mauler is not going to be too good at shooting down helicopters without a human pilot. Especially because that helicopter was pretty close to us. So in the cockpit, you can actually see the little head visor things on the side.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Oh, darn, I missed. I thought that was going to be a good shot. Oh, I threaded that one through the side. Okay, we got a Marauder here. Going for the arms, because that's where the main weapons are. And the Marauder's basically helpless once you destroy its arms. Taking its leg out. I'm just going to leg the mech, actually. It's always a good idea to kind of keep track of the status of the enemy on their wireframe, just to see, like right here, his leg is really banged up. Going for the weak points that are created by my allies as well. Same thing, took his leg out. Got a quick draw. This one I'm probably going to core. Got him. Pretty good so far. Like I'm satisfied with the firepower we're bringing out right now. So I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but I did figure out what the difference between arm-mounted weapons and chest-mounted weapons are. So like, watch this. You see how I'm aiming at the highest height, and my medium pulse lasers, you see how they actually shoot lower? But watch how high my LBX can fire. So, basically, the arm-mounted weapons have more flexibility, more... Basically, like, they could shoot much higher. I think that's what the two... Like, you see how there's a second crosshair chasing after me? That's my chest, my torso shots, and I think the other one, the faster and more reactive one, those are my arm shots. You can see there that my pulse lasers are following that, but the LBX 10 AC was able to fire much more reactively. So basically your arm it's got bigger range of motion, and it's a more reflexive weapon. It's able to make whipping shots more effectively. Whereas the chest attacks, the torso attacks have to be made... You gotta give your torso a chance to kind of catch up to it.
Target is down.
Is this wood? No. It just has a texture to it. These little, like, tank traps are not going to stop a battle mech.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Target destroyed.
Target destroyed.
I'm liking this. The solid slug actually seems pretty decent. How do I get down here? I feel like this is a little steep, but I'll check to see if I can make it down.
Target acquired.
You know, I might snipe a few of these vehicles.
Incoming missile.
Of course, he's gonna, like, counter-snipe me. You know what? Let's just go around. I don't like this idea. I've changed my mind. Form up on me, boys.
Target is down.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
But there's another one? What is that?
Target destroyed.
Definitely need a little more practice with the AC-10. I'm using the LBX AC-10, the standard LBX AC,
Enemy destroyed.
and I'm getting a little bit lazy with my shots because I've become too reliant on the shotgun spray.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
A bunch of, like, light vehicles definitely not posing a threat to us. I'm gonna let them mop up any of those vehicles that are in the back. The double large lasers on the Mauler should be really good at destroying these little, like, crummy vehicles.
Target acquired.
Target is down.
That or the Atlas should be able to do it too. Are you having trouble with that? Destroy these little crummy vehicles.
Target.
Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Kill it.
Focusing fire.
Blow it up.
Target
Wrecked.
target destroyed.
There we go. Alright, boys, form up.
Moving into file formation, Commander.
Oh, what do we got here?
Acquired.
Enemy destroyed.
I would like it if the AC-10 destroyed some more of these vehicles in one hit. Like, it seems like it just does, like, just a few points damage too less in order to destroy them in one hit.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Okay, there's the catapult, who's definitely going to get a few shots on us. You know what? I'm just going to thin out some of these other targets.
New target acquired. Incoming missile. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Target destroyed. Good work. The
Really?
munitions stores have all been destroyed. Let's get you out of there, boss.
Are you a little disappointed like me right now? Like, what kind of resistance was this? Like, what was the biggest battle mech that we destroyed? A Marauder? There wasn't a single assault mech? And the Marauder was, like, poorly positioned inside of the base where it didn't have line of sight? Like, we just kind of walked in and just, like, slashed its arms off and left? Wow. Oh.
One down.
As you can see, like, your allies have a pretty good quick shot. They're pretty good gunslingers. They just get really beat up when they get confused. I like seeing some of the damage to the armor, even from inside the cockpit. Like, you could see that little fin on the side of the Highlander's head is, like, banged up looking. I mean, that's pretty cool. I was hoping for a slightly harder mission than this in order to really put the Highlander through its paces, but... And, like, so basically, the Solid Slug, basically, like, compared to the regular AC, it has, I think, like, 200 meters farther effective range, which is why we were going for it. It's also 1 ton lighter than the standard AC-10, so it seems like it's just better than the standard AC-10 in every single way, even though the shot behavior is really... See, we can't go any higher than this. A-15 is the highest. So the 14th have already scaled back their policing efforts on our movement. We may yet have a chance at independence if we push hard enough. House Steiner says, the Free Sky movement is a blight upon the Commonwealth. If the Sky somehow achieves its independence, it will be swallowed by one of its neighbors, which will weaken the Commonwealth. We'll take the quick draw. Oh, we can't. It's out of our salvage shares. We'll take this AC-5, or is there any other good one? No, oh, perfect small laser. I'll take that. Oh, perfect machine guns. I'll take that. Or a perfect machine gun. Well, a tier 4. Now we know that it's not perfect anymore. You're not perfect, says Courage the Cowardly Dog. Okay, we'll take this. We'll sell off the excess. Damage isn't too bad. Looks like a decently profitable mission to me. Characters leveling up. Almost at 60 out of 60. Atlas did the most damage. To be expected. Damage not too bad. Atlas actually did pretty well. The Mauler got caught off guard, I think, a few times. Like, just kind of like AI was... You saw like that part where he was up that hill. AI's derping out. Is it over? No. It looks like there is yet another mission, but I'll save that. Oh, the cost of... Oh, looks like it continues onwards where you can split off again. But let's get our, you know what, we'll just do that next episode. This episode's gone on long enough. At any rate, like this video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future BattleTech content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.